My name is Mr Mingaau, born here in Concordia, 1947. June month. I was the last of my parents and them child. My mother had 7 children, 4 boys and 3 girls. Up to these days, well, we only remain with 3 of us alive today. But thank God, we was happy to be together. My brother was CULTURE Mr Nestor, Raul. My sister is Mary, Larry's in the United States, and Emily that live in Aruba. She come here now and then on vacation and what you call it. And my profession before going to the post office to work, I used to do like vacation time. I used to go with my Uncle Joseph and make some blocks down there by the cemetery, which they call the Armadillo today. And it was a big change from what it was in those days. Now, 2 days after that, I get a job in the post office. And while I was working in the post office, and before I get in the post office, I feel that I like to be a mailman one of these days, and I get the opportunity was going to be this mailman. But during those days before, it had a lady, because the post office was not like how it is when I went in. We used to get letters from the Dutch side, and they had a lady that you call Marcel Romney. She used to ride bicycle from Marugat to Great Bay and bring the letters there for people that who she knows in Marugat. And also they had a gentleman from Grand Card used to call Gaston Kegel. He used to bring the letters and things for the people in them and Grand Cars. So at that time we had not mailman. They had Mr. Gibbs, who was the postman. He used to give out the letters at that time. And then these other 2 people used to bring letters from the Dutch side and things. Because St. Martin in those days, when I began in the post office to work, I could have taken the letters in my hand, for instance, from the post office to the mini club in my hand. And the people there from St. Jim, okay, used to have a little bag to carry out the letter, but sometimes the people in them come by the post office, you hear the voice of the person, I know who they is, was to go and give them the letter. And afterward, the post office work started to augment, so you had need a bag to go down from the post office to the mini club and then go around. And then while I was in the post office for the time being, I used to do a lot of replacement. I used to go, for instance, if they take somebody to do replacement in Marugat, I would tell the person, well, okay, you come to replace me in Marugat, okay, replace me in Marugat. But to come to Grand Cars, French Quarter, at that time, we had no address, just Grand Cars, just Marugat and thing, and it had to be a computer. Because today, what a computer doing is what we used to do before in the post office, because we had no name of the road neither. And those days too, we used to get letters from Guadeloupe like 3 times, 4 times a week, so that the letters come daily. But from in the 1970, we started to get letters come daily from Guadeloupe. And after we get the letters, they come daily from Guadeloupe. Now they have to take more people to work, because if you get the letters every day, you have to be able to distribute them. So by that, they augment. When I went in, it was 2 people, Mr. Gibbs, and I had a man you call Bourgeois used to work. And then afterward, they take me on to work with them. And my brother Raul was also there working before me. So by that, in those days, the post office was, I could Well, everybody had know everybody. You didn't need to come present a PhD identity to say, well, to this one, that. Everybody know, oh, you this Mr. this child, oh, you this Mr. that child. I could see on your face that this is why you call it. So by that, I get accustomed and thing and being familiar to the people in there. And then I worked there for 42 years. And the 42 years comparing to see how the work being evaluated to today, it's a big difference to when I went in the post office. So after that now, while in the post office, I work in, I used to be a sportsman. I used to play football, volleyball, a little bit of basketball, and I used to also play, what you call it, baseball. And playing the football at that time, we used to play French side against Dutch side. And it used to be a lot of competition, interested and thing, and make us have friends from the Dutch side and friends from the French side, because on Sunday and Saturday, they got game that we go down to go play. And when we play on the Dutch side, like we play morning game or we play afternoon game, we get friends and things. But today the sport is not that way. Because sometimes they got some people that come here, for instance, like cricket. In those days, I was a little boy, I used to go up there on Margot ball field, I used to play cricket. And they had like Bungulong, Rambler, George, Eustace, and Mano, all those boys used to be playing cricket. And they had a lady used to call Miss Priscilla, which was Bungulong and their mother. And when there's the cricket going on, you'll hear her saying, hold him, Bungulong. George, take care of him. You know, and used to be with a good spirit here. And that time, the Margot field wasn't closed up. Going up in the swing road was manganiel trees. So that's the shade what we had sitting down up above the old gold post. We used to sit down there and enjoy the thing. And then some people come to sell patties and things. And it used to be really interesting. Like sometime before I reach on a football field at the RVC, they had what you call it, you could hear Miss Priscilla ball now, you could hear the shouting from the game and thing and so forth. They used to play cricket against the Dutch side also. Even St. Kitts come down here to play cricket. When they had the cricket against the St. Kitts team, I see the fella with the pitch was into the goal. When the fella got to go bowl, he got about 25 to 30 meters. He gone in with the ball and he gone and he bowled at the same time. My brother Steve used to play cricket also too. And when he played cricket and he played football. He was one of the goalkeepers that, I say, well, one of the best, because everybody was good in those days. We had a team we call Sporting Club, and the Sporting Club team, Mr. Danny Hodge was captain of the Sporting Club team. And then we had also the same Sporting Club team was had a judge had come here in 1955, and then in 1955 they he started to train the team, and then our football started to come up much better than what it was before. And they had get a privilege. They had a team from named Arsenal, was champion of Guadeloupe, and they come at St. Martin to play, and that was 1955. And they had so much, exactly it was a 14th of July. They had so much of people that was along the field because he had no place for them to sit down. You always had to stand up. So for me, a little boy, to get to see the game at that time, I had to stand up on top of the public field. So by that, I was able to see the game that going on and things so forth. And then afterward, in the football, we had Speed, Santiago, Golden Star. And the Golden Star team on Sunday, they had the Speed and Golden Star had to play. And Mr. Henry Fleming was president of the Golden Star team. So what he do, that was a big fete that Sunday. He get Grand Car Steel Band, come down to play for the game. They had some pitch, the cinema hall had free ticket for the team that win. They had what you call him, Ponce was goalkeeper for Speed, and Jolie, Gerard, they put what you call it, they do like artist beating. They show that Ponce going this way so, looking for the ball, and the ball coming over here. What happened is so things had changed different. The speed win the game. Sporting Club, Golden Star, which means was Sahari who had asked them to come down play. He get deceived because they didn't win the game. So by that, what you call speed, get a free ticket to go in the cinema hall. And that was by the cinema hall. Before you go in the cinema, we used to have some music used to be playing. And a fellow, you call him Sapoti, that one used to have lot of Dominican records, so used to have a lot of merengues and things playing. And if you're outside, you don't buy your ticket, and you want to go in before the cinema start, you go in, you sit down. Miss Flowery was a lady that used to come and sell pendants and things, so used to buy a pendant from a Flowery and another lady who used to be selling pendants and things. But now you outside speaking with your friends and things. From time you hear Sapoti play a la Coda and Tina Ma, well, you know that he's going to start the movie right now. So everybody used to go in. So, and when the game they finish on Sunday and so forth, used to go there, we call Lazy Bay. That which part still got the area, got the name, Lazy Bay. And people who that come from work and things, sometimes used to be sitting there, or they want to see a friend of their own. They say, man, I'm cool out here because such and such a person go past to see Lazy Bay. And there which part Lazy Bay parking lot is, was next to it, they had a cow pen. And my father used to work for Mam Fleming. And he used to milk the cows and they for Mam Fleming, 5 o'clock in the morning he used to go down. Where there you see the gendarmerie is. Well, my father used to do along there and milk the cow there. My brother Sylvain worked for him, Martin who worked for him and things. And the reason why you see they got road marked Leopold Mingaau is because my father was working on the estate and they said they're going to give the privilege to put a name on the road Leopold Mingaau. Another side they got Paul Mingaau. But Paul Mingaau, Leopold Mingaau is the same person. Through my father was Leopold Mingaau, they gave him the nickname of Paul Mingaau. So having a nickname of Paul Mingaau, so by that, many people didn't know that he's Leopold. Everybody knows Paul, Pablo, and things so forth. So. And when he used to work on the estate, he had a donkey called Henry. And a lot of fellows used to go in the pasture to go along to ride on him. And my father had long foot. And when my father and Henry, his foot almost touching the ground. He didn't need the way you call it. But this time, my father used to go in the swing up there which had to have the gendarmerie. My father used to plant lettuce, carrot, tomato, and bring down. I was a little boy about that time. I had 9, 10 years. My sister Mary, Emily, and they used to go on the Dutch side to go sell the provision, lettuce, tomato, and carrot. And when she going on the Dutch side, they used to leave like 5 o'clock in the morning because my father don't bring the carrot and the lettuce ready for him. So they don't leave on 5 o'clock in the morning to go on the Dutch side. But going up to Lachloon now, my brother Sylvia used to go along to help my sister Liz because she was much younger. So she used to go along with them also. And then, but when they come back now, they take what he named as usual. Either Mr. Reginald, they used to call him Cap. So he had a car that used to bring people to Margot or Reginald or Lalacito. So by that, they come back over and think. And going through up there, sometimes they don't have to, the road wasn't like how we got road today because the track is still there. So they go on the Dutch side, they sell the provision, and they come back. Afterward, when they come back now, they do what they have to do, give my father what you have to give him. Okay, then he gone back up in the spring and thing. And we had also our uncle, our own, used to live up in the spring too. The other side had a chimney. You see the old building? Well, we had an uncle used to live up there. And my father used to just go down opposite. Because today I realize that the things that what is selling here, some people believe that St. Martin, we never could have do anything like that. I see my father and they had, which had the gendarmerie, the car wash, what you call up there. And They reap banana, like what you call it, got on 8 and 10 hands on top of that too. And there which where they cultivate, which where today we call in Spring Road. Spring Road is really Spring Road, and they call it Spring Concordia. No, Spring Road is over that side, and this road here is Concordia. Concordia is still you reach on the horizon. The spring is on your left hand side, go straight up to the gendarmerie, straight up to the spring house where they had up there. With that, at time, with the cultivation, we decided to call Korea. The name, given Korea the name, is because they went to go chop out the place. And India has so much of jasmine here. And that time, towards the war they had in Korea, when France was fighting against Korea. And when the fellows they chopping the jasmine and them stinging them, they say, man, it's just like when we're in Korea. They say we back in Korea. And what they had too is they used to have like small pan, like a sweet oil pan, where they used to carry the water, or they carry the bucket with them when they go in the ground, and what we call jollification. Today we come, we help you, tomorrow we go, another one help you. And sometimes now I have a little boy, still 10 years, gone up there with my father, and they're sitting down. There was where the hospital is, because many people see how the land is there by the hospital. The land wasn't so now. I mean, many people see that they cut it down to do it, to cultivate it. And they also there by the hospital too. The back of it, the hospital, they had a lot of cherry trees. And we used to go up there, pick cherries and things, and we used to call it gum soil. Sometimes we used to pick the cherries, take out the nut because they fall down on the ground, and we take out the cherry nut and so forth. And the thing with the fathers, and they used to, because they had no fridge, at that time they get cold water and things, they used to have jazz water. I don't know if we used to call them goglet, but we don't see them here much as before. And when they go in the ground, you come by me, they had a song we used to call what you call it? What is the name again, the song? Come go home, Papa Taita. Come go home, Papa Taita. Come go home. Come go home to your wife Angeline. If you think you come here for all, you will get your skin full of bruise blood. So, you know, that give them the spirit. So all they dig in, they got the spirit to do the work. And they used to have the, what you call it, they carry up the little pot and things sometimes, and they cook the little food while they're there. They don't need to come back down and so forth. And that same area, we used to go along. You leave from here this afternoon, you go up, you come down with a bucket of soursop. Tomorrow afternoon, you got 3, 4, 5 buckets of soursop and things. And when I seen today that I have to go buy a soursop, so expensive, I don't want to buy the soursop. The reason why, because we used to sell soursop for hog. We want, we cinematic it, we go up there, we pick we soursop. That a lady was Miss, that's Addie Kittel and the grandmother, Miss Zap. We used to sell she soursop for the hogs and thing, and those people soursop for hog. And to see that today that the soursop, what they're selling for the hog is unbelievable. And then too, what we used to have to do, on Sunday right here next in the yard, my father had a garden here in the yard, he had a garden. And we little boys and things, my father make the lettuce, pack of lettuce, and we used to go down by Nesta Butte shop, there by Rue de la Hollande, right there where Charles Lewis was. And we sit down there in the gallery, and the people they pass from church, and they buy the lettuce, and when we done finish sell, we gonna come back up, take some other more, and we go down and we sell them. And that was really fun for we. But today, we don't have the rain, we don't have that like before. Because with the garden, with my father, we had to go there where the gendarmerie was, and they had a well inside there also. And with the well, we used to draw the water and bring up here the well water for my father to do the garden. He taking care of the garden. We go down, we bring the menu and things for the father. And he used to be doing good well inside of that. Because, and also too, with the provision, but not he alone used to be selling things. It had a lady next on the other side here, Miss Yvonne. She used to be selling provision to lettuce, carrot, Nesta Butte also. Like the three of them, 3 neighbors here, were selling provision at the same time. People come and they buy on Sunday. And the next thing again, telling you when you was a little boy, there which were the labbies, we used to be playing cricket. What we saying cricket, what we used to call bat and ball at these days. We take rocks, either we get box, we call houghton, we make two things, cricket, and we play there. And when we were playing cricket, my father coming from the spring, and he had a dog he used to call Boy. And from time we stay, at that time there which had the car washes, we could see when the dog coming because the place wasn't built up at that much. And when we see Boy coming, I tell Raul, Papi coming, you know. He said, yeah. I said, yeah, man, let's go down for the ship because we got to bring in the ship in there. My father had a ship in just below my house here and thing. And he don't know already. But which he is, he could have seen me playing bat and ball and thing. When he come home, we come home and thing, he say, yeah, he said, but are you just come to bring in the ship now? He said, long time I don't see are you from up there. But it was fun with the parents and they and those days. And also too, and those days too, when, what you call it, my brother Raul used to work with postman also too. He used to be St. James on a bicycle. And St. James Road is not like the road what they got today. When I mean not the road, it was one road, traffic back and forward, most of the thing. And we used to go across St. James, and when we give letters to read by the Anglican church. We go down Low Town, and we come back home on top of the pond and things so on. But everybody was known. My grandmother was from St. James. My grandfather was, what his name? Manu Arundel. They call him Manu, but his name was Emmanuel. And you call him Guillaume. And the name that I get by Guy is... Okay. Okay. My grandfather had named Emmanuel, and they used to call him Manu. The next name was Guillaume, and my mother chose to give me the name of Guy instead of Guillaume. And on Sunday also, my grandfather used to go Catholic church, and when he come from Catholic church, he passed here, and he see my mother. And one Sunday, he take sick, and my mother see it very funny that church finished, and she see her father pass. She said something wrong with my father because he had a customer coming. Because the old days people, they had a tragedy that if you don't see the person at that moment, things had to be another 10 minutes before you see them. And also, something what we used to have here is when they got like hurricane coming or they got news to give out. The mayor of the country, which at that time the government they got a message to give out. They had a drum. A man used to call him Baby Arundel. He used to work in a mairie. He go down there in the corner by the restaurant where they have down there in the corner. He started to roll the drum, and when Dan rolling the drum, the baby now start to announce what the news give from Guadeloupe, hurricane or whatsoever it is. Then he come up in the corner here, which part just Rue Felix Seboué de la Hollande right there. He come up again and they roll the drum. So sometimes we hear the drum rolling where they say to some news. And then another place where he used to go is up by the Calabash Street. Where they used to call the Calabash Street is up by right there where Rue de Swing, because they had a Calabash Street there. So they give the name there by the Calabash Street. And then up with the Red Gate was up there where you're going in Agreement. Nobody never know in Agreement was this Agreement name, you know. Everybody say Red Gate. When you say Red Gate, oh yeah, going up Red Gate by Jojo Pasture. Because the man Jojo Fleming who was there, he had animal, cows and things. And all the gate, the access in his place was, what you call it, red, he painted them in red. And the pasture there, he also had shender grass, and the people used to go there to get shender for them to plant thing. And also that same there by thing, Jojo Pasture, because there's something I'll tell you too, is St. Martin, we had two airports. We had Juliana Airport, and we had Gallows Bay Airport. Gallows Bay Airport, what we had been created by the Hoynen, was a pilot. He used to live in St. Bart's. And when he come with what you call it, with he plane, that Gallows Bay Pond was joy. So he come over the post office, he come over and he sat on Gallows Bay Pond, a little small plane he used to have. And he used to bring mail for the post office also. Because when he used to go Juliana, he never used to pay the tax, so he have to pay for the and then tax. So he preferred to come on Gallows Bay Airport and things. So we used to call it Gallows Bay Airport. One time we hear the plane come around the Fort Hill, we go on Gallows Bay Airport to go see the Hoynen. And also, the same man, the Hoynen, they used to go along, when they had a war time, they tell me that they used to be up in, what you call it, Flat Island. And also they had, at night, they had make an accident up there. They had some sisters and things, nuns in there, who was there who get killed at that same moment. And right there in that same Gallows Bay Pond, I tell you about Gallows Bay Pond, we used to go along by the shop and get some onion bags, and we make we net. We sew them up together, we make we net, we go down Gallows Bay Pond, we pull we net, or maybe the net are maybe about 4 to 5 meters long, because we join up the bags and we catch crab, we catch shrimps and things. And today to see now, look how the pond come. We ain't got no more shrimp. We go down Fuels Bay, we get shrimp in Fuels Bay Pond, we get silverfish in Fuels Bay Pond. Also Gangars Pond, so we used to go along and do to get shrimp and so forth. Bellevue was there. Bellevue, we used to go catch crab. And when we see the rain come heavy, we say, well, okay, we're going to Bellevue to go catch crab. You leave from 4 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe 5 o'clock. Time you see 7 o'clock, you don't come back, you got a heap of crab. Now we ain't got no more crab. To see how that gone. We also got Bellevue self. They used to go up in, what you call it, the guavaberry garden, the pig guavaberry, and had a man, Alcide, what was over the place over there. When you pick that monk of guavaberry, you got to come down, you got to share with him. You come down with guavaberry, you got sugar apple, guava, and all that kind of thing. We don't have all those kind of things. Inside Bellevue there, they had a lot of loins and things too. Yeah. Bellevue also, they used to keep moonlight picnic and things over there in Bellevue in those days, but today all those things have changed up. We get modern noise, and what we are seeing here is we get more touristical. And since we get touristical, things are being changed. And I think if we had figured that the tourists were going to change up things so much, I think we had to keep a little more closer to how we used to be. When we used to be in those days, we used to share with our family and things. Okay, the way that Grandau being created was in 1982. That Grandau had been created. But when we created Grandau, we began with some other neighbor children and them, which was Karen, friend, and them. And we had just come back from, what you call it, I had been congé bonifié, vacation 2 months, and we decided we're going to do something to help the children and the young man, because seeing that the children, they don't have no opportunity to do anything. So we had a little place here, a shade, we used to think, and my wife decided we're going to make the children and them practice. And before that, they had a folklore group that came from Martinique, and they was performing in the Maison de Jeunes. And by the children and them seeing that, they give them encouragement to do it. But when we create, the name wasn't Grandau, the name was Arc-en-Ciel. And that our association was being declared Arc-en-Ciel. And when we carried it in the prefecture tell us no, to don't have our association name Arc-en-Ciel, so we had to change the name. So we been about a year, and after we decided, okay, we're going to change the name Arc-en-Ciel. And then that time they had the song that Zouk le sel médicament, and the children, they used to dance there, and that's the first song that they start to dance. And by my wife being from Guadeloupe, she was in different association and things, and she said, well, okay, she's going to form a culture group for the children here in St. Martin, and she do it. And a lot of children and things that they get to go places where they always accept for her, thankful to her. They went to Venezuela, they went to Los Angeles, they went France twice, they went Colombia, there was Guadeloupe, there was Martinique, St. Lucia, Dominica. It was all about more or less in the Caribbean. And what we used to do is make exchange. Dominica invite us, we invite Dominica, Martinique, we make different exchange with the group and thing. And now we're making 31 years in Grenada existing. And also we planning this year to make an activity for 31 years that we celebrate in Grenada. And Grenada have some children some girls that been Grenada dancers. Now today we have their children now is Grenada dancers. So to show that Grenada is from one generation to the next generation. And it does make me, for me, when I go away with Grenada children, I always consider Grenada children like one of my children. We got a group, every group, if we got an adult, we'll take 5 children with them. But I never take my daughter to come with me. My daughter go with the other people, and the other children they come with me. And when I go with the children, they me doing no shopping for me. I shopping with them. I got my, because you know, sometimes when you go in and store and little children, everybody watch them a little funny. And they know my word is with them. On voit avec les mains et on touche avec les yeux. So see with your eyes, your hand, and touch your eye. And it used to be great fun and things to be going away with Grenada and things. Being Martinique, normally we went Martinique here last 2016, we was in Martinique. And being in Martinique, it kept me touched. And what touched me and give me like, Michelle, the lady from Martinique phoned us and tell us we have to do a performance for the opening with them. And the children, they're going to be in white. So, but bring them with have white clothes. So I went in a hall, a sport hall, which I was going to perform. And something flashed in front of me. I see a picture. I said, but wait, that's Juliet's picture, what they got up there. A big poster with Juliet, and on the other side, they got one for 2, because that same lady picture what they had on the other side, she died, and my wife picture on the other side, and they were doing something in a memory of them. What they do, when we reach 4 o'clock, I never see the children there get, and how I could tell you, do the choreograph so fast. But what happened, they mixing the children in there. They take St. Martin, Martinique, one of your own, one of their own. They take a group there and a group there. And they start to prepare for the spectacle. And I watching them, they practicing and things when they come on. And what touched me is they had some little small candles, you know, these little lights and things. The group comes so, the another group comes so, and everybody come out and things doing like that. So, and driving down. I tell you, it really, and what we were sorry about that we didn't have a cameraman with we to take that picture. Yeah. And they come and they start to perform and things. And to really share the pull for me, you know, get for flesh, as they just say. And the children, they perform. The Martinique people, they had very appreciate of how the children and them perform. People leave from the stadium after the tribune, and they come, they felicitate some of the children, and they tell us they thanks us and so forth. And the spectacle was very to their level and feel happy. They asked us when we come back, but you know, it has cost a lot of money and things. We've been put up in a centre, what you call it, Maison des Jeunes, and we was up in Saint Joseph. And what made us laugh in Saint Joseph, we were staying in a building, and it was very high. But there Saint Joseph, we were staying, was cold. And one of the little girl turned and she tell Karine, the night, she said, Karine, il faut éteindre la clim, eh? But the place being so cold, you know, éteindre la clim. But those already was happy, and it does make me feel happy to know when Grenada children, they go and away, others be good. And when the children, they come here in the yard for me, I consider them as my children. If any one of them on the road, they pass me, they hail me, Mr. Give where you going? Well, I'm going to go there. I want to go someplace. I always think, because they always respect me. And I always give them the same respect. Juliet isn't there no more. The Karine was doing it, Ellen helping her, and we are satisfied.